Today is the first day of the next gen Ford Ranger and next gen Ford Everest media drive. So we're gonna start off here at Sequoia Hotel. There's just so much Rangers and Everest here. And this is gonna be our car. This is car number 2 right here. It is a Ranger. We're gonna make our way all the way to Swiss Hotel in Clark. And after that, day after, we're gonna go in Zambales for some cool off-roading. We will see you on the road. Now that we're here on our first leg of our trip northbound and we are driving on Skyway Stage 3, first thing I really noticed with the next-gen Ford Ranger is just how comfortable it is. I mean, coming up to Skyway, we've encountered some rubble strips, some bad roads, and man, it really doesn't even feel like a pickup truck. It feels more like a really comfortable SUV. And then here on the highway, it's so smooth, it's so quiet, and the adaptive cruise control function is excellent together with the lane keep assist, because in some cars, the lane keep assist function, yeah, it kind of like nudges you once in a while and it slightly turns, but this one, the way that the wheel turns automatically, even over some of those sharper bends, it feels so firm. You feel very secure with the adaptive cruise control and the lane keep assist of the next-gen Ford Ranger. We have finally made it here in Swiss Hotel in Clark. I really had to go to use the washroom during like half of the drive. We did make a stopover, but man, I had to go again. Good thing that the next-gen Ranger has really good ride. That way it doesn't really shake up my bladder. And also it was quite fast. Yes, we were going to speed limit, but still, we got here pretty quickly. So we're with these people right here. Pablo from Yuga Auto, Julian from Auto PH, and Isaac from Go Flat Out. Plus, we also have the 4 people here. Hi, Andrea. Ford then showed off some of the features of the next-gen Everest, including its auto park function. There's also this really cool feature of the shifter going back by itself to park if you forget to do so. We were then showed to our rooms, and I was partnered up with Pablo Salapantan, and it was an excellent room. This was followed by some briefing from Dan Chicochoco, the lead designer for the T6 program of Ford, as well as Michael Breen, Imagining Director of Ford Philippines. Right, now it is day 2 of the media drive with Ford, and we're going to take the Ranger and Everest over to Lake Mapanuepe for some trails. We're going to start off with the Everest, and later on we're going to switch to the drivers. And Ford even gave us this hat right here to wear, so it's a Kuya Kim, diba? And then we even have this shirt right here too. They got the right size. On the way now to Lake Mapanuepe, and I drove all the way here to the first rest stop in SC Tex while Pablo was just here singing beside me. Tito Hits, by the way. And for the first rest stop, we're just gonna have some toilet breaks, and then Pablo will be the one who's gonna drive to the next stop. Now it is Pablo's turn to drive. Right. How is it so far, Pablo? How's the Everest? It's great.
So relaxing.
And you still have your adaptive cruise control and all that, so we can easily follow the lead car, which is also another Everest. And we have arrived in Subic. Pablo's still the one driving. We're gonna driver change in a little while. Now we are at the fun part. We've driven past Subic already, and my gosh, the roads here are quite amazing. I know that the Everest is like a tall car, it's an SUV, it's still a PPV, and yes, there's still a significant amount of body roll in here that you can feel, but the way that it just sucks it up, like, you know it can take it. It can really take these really nice corners and bends. I also really enjoy how the steering feedback is there. Although this is an electric power assisted steering system, it still gives you enough feedback and enough firmness to just give you the confidence to push this over bends and curves. Over there to our left is a dike made by the Pinatubo eruption, and we've already given up paved roads. Right now we are on this like semi-gravel roads, and the Everest is still holding up pretty well, and it still is very comfortable. Now we are at a part of this dirt road wherein there are ginormous holes, and the Everest is still comfortable. Okay, I know what you're gonna say. A lot of off-road oriented vehicles actually ride pretty soft. Yes, that is true because of their wheel articulation and the suspension setup. Yes, but with this one, you don't just bob about. You're still relatively flat, but it still does not hurt. It just is amazing. Even Pablo here beside me agrees.
Yes.
Everest is great.
It is.
And this is not a paid ad, by the way. It's amazing. I love the Everest. We finally arrived at what they call the New Zealand of the Philippines, and I never understood why until I saw all the cows over here. The place was simply beautiful. We parked up all the Everest together in time for the short off-road briefing.
Car in front of you, stay outside of his rut, but to the relative, same.
Now for the super fun part, look at me just having the time of my life driving the next-gen Everest off-road. We also went through a couple more off-road bits, and you can really see the wheel articulation of the next-gen Everest. But that's not just it. We drove through even thicker and deeper lahar and was intentionally sliding the car. It was so much fun. So what's amazing is that you remember how the Everest had always had the best wading depth of its class at 800 millimeters, and even the new one is still at 800 millimeters. Well, yeah, we're not really gonna do 800 mm of it, but I'll show you the river right now. Obviously, this river isn't too deep, but it's still just so much fun in crossing a river. Look at that, just splash on about. We're gonna do that too. Pablo's the one driving right now. We finally made our way to our final destination. And for people who always go abroad and don't want to stay in the Philippines for vacations, man, you gotta come to this place. You're gonna think twice about it. We also had like this American style lunch, barbecue and all. And Sir Dan was also explaining the features of the Ranger, which include these wood mounts and clamps to cut wood and also a power outlet. We also tried to make a flower pot but failed miserably. And the Everest was also given some donut treatment. I'll just show you the aftermath of all that off-roading. So it's all dusty and muddy, but it's still all in one piece. And now Camp Fort is just a beautiful place. No, unfortunately, you can't come here alone because Camp Fort is just a temporary thing for this media drive. But nonetheless, look and just enjoy all the scenery around here. And that completes our media drive. Actually, not really. This time we're gonna do all those exercises inside the next gen Ranger, but we're pretty much gonna do the same thing. Anyway, thank you for watching. Do stay tuned for by the time we get actual lend out units of these cars so that you can try it out more inside the city and also on the open road. That media drive was incredibly fun, and I'm happy to have met a lot of people. The next gen Ford Everest and Ranger is fun and capable both on-road and off-road. It also has numerous features that I dare say is class leading. I'm incredibly excited to test out these cars even more. For now, all I can say is Ford Philippines made a great job at introducing their next gen cars.